Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to R Squared Technology. I am your host, Ryan, and let's get ready to SOLIDWORKS. Welcome back to another Wednesday informal video where we do this in one take, and it's either inspired from up here, something I see maybe in real life or on the social medias, or perhaps the good old Googles. And today's video is inspired by the Googles. Link in the description below where you can find this tutorial to follow along. So with that, let's get started. Alright, let's begin with the part, shall we? Click File, New, make sure that part is selected, and click OK. Now from here, we're going to want to make sure that in our options, we go to the Document Properties, choose Units, and choose millimeter gram second, or MMGS. Click OK. Next, hit Control Save to save our part document. Spoon. Excellent. Now, making sure we're in our Sketch tab, we're going to choose the front plane. Control 8 to bring normal to. We're going to start out with a center line. And we're going to hover down until we see a dotted line next to the origin. Click, drag to the right. You'll see two yellow relation icons. We want to see two in this case, not none. So keep her horizontal. Click again, hit escape. You'll see we've created a coincident relation for this line on the origin, and then it is of course a horizontal line relation. So we'll click up here to do a smart dimension. We'll choose the origin and the right endpoint, click and drag up. They want this to be 45, and then we'll click and take the whole line for 150 mil. That's quite a line, I tell you what. Next, we're going to make sure that we have a 3-point arc selected up here. We're going to choose the left endpoint of our construction line, or center line. And then we'll click on the origin to end our first arc. And we'll choose about here. Doesn't matter. We're going to define it with dimensions at this point. And one relation. Next, don't hit escape or anything yet. We got to make one more arc from the origin to the right end point of our construction line. And I'm going to drag it down like this intentionally. Now we can hit the escape key like crazy. From here, we want to press and hold the control key, click on our smaller arc, click on our larger arc, and over here in the Properties tab on the left, we're going to want to choose the tangent relation. We're almost there, folks. Now all we're going to do is slap a dimension on the smaller arc, which they call out to be 45 mil as well. And then we can hit escape. And now we can exit this sketch, hit Control S. We can now choose the top plane, hit Control 8 to bring it normal to. In this case, we actually want to do click on a sketch. So click there. And then we're going to choose Convert Entities. We're going to hover over what you can see as a line right now from our other sketch. Select it. We should have line 1 at sketch 1. We'll click OK. And then we're going to click once on the line, and we're going to choose For Construction. And that's why you'll see that I say center lines. I'll call them construction lines. I consider them like a reference line, construction reference line, so on and so forth. We'll close that, hit escape. And just so you can see kind of what's going on here, the front plane and the top plane both lie on that line, so you can't see two different lines, but I assure you they are there. So we're going to hit the space bar, bring the top plane back normal to, or arguably I could hit the space bar and just click normal to, or I could arguably hit Control 8 to bring normal to. Pick your poison. Figuring out there are many different ways to do several things. So Next, we want to choose the center line again, pick the left end point of our new construction line, center line, drag out to make a horizontal line, and then we're going to do end chain, then we're going to click the origin, click and drag down for another horizontal line, and here I'm going to hit escape because I'm done with that line command for now. Now let's throw some good old-fashioned dimensions. This one is 4 millimeters, and this one is 8 mil. Now we're going to use a funky thing called a spline. So still in the sketch tab, still in our top sketch here, we're going to come up here and choose spline. And then we're going to go from our smaller vertical line to our longer vertical line here. And then we're going to right click and choose select. Now this is technically a fully defined line right here, but ready for Pandora's box to open? Yeah! Click on it. What in the world? What are these? No, they're not love handles, they're just handles. So, we will now kind of separate them and do some modifications. So we want to grab this point that's at the end of this arrow, drag it down, and we're going to grab this point of this arrow, this handle, left handle, right handle, 2 hops this time, and we'll drag this one up this direction. Alright, now we've kind of in a way now moved this into an underdefined line. That's cool. We'll use our trusty smart dimension, and we're going to click again on the little point at the end of the arrow. Then we're going to choose our vertical line, and we're going to give it an angular dimension of 100 degrees. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Grab this one, grab the vertical construction line, center line, and this one is 60-degree angle. Not so fast, we ain't done. Click again, drag down to infinity space over here, and this one is 55 in length. And same, get this one here, 100. Look at that, cool beans. And now we're going to close out of our smart dimension, hit the escape key. We're going to grab another spline because we love them so much. What a spliny situation. Then we will choose the right end point of this other spline created. Click that. And then we will click the end point of our horizontal construction line. Click, right click, select to end that command there. Again, arguably fully defined. But, we're not satisfied. Grab them love handles again. And we're going to do a little bit of tweakage here. So, here's what we're going to do. So we have this right handle selected, and we are simply going to give it a vertical relation. Then we can click OK on that. Then we're going to press and hold the control key, grab this spline here, and that spline. Whoops, we grabbed the handle. Don't do that. Just our splines and tangent, and we can accept that. Now, we're not done. We got to define our handles. But in this case, we're going to do lengths because we've added these 2 relations here. So, smart dimension. Again, click the tip, just the tip. Ew. Drag out. And this one here is going to be 50. And this one here, come on, come on. Smart dimension, beep deep, click, drag, 90. Nice. Now we need to do a little bit of mirrage, because you could do all of that fancy shenanigans again on this opposite side, but that's a lot of unnecessary time there. So how about we go up here, sketch tab still, mirror entities, and then we select our lovely splines here, and then we got to mirror it about something. Well, we have our perfect mirror here, this horizontal construction line we created. Click it. Look at that. Click OK up here on the left. Wow. out of control zoomage going on here. Looks like, yeah, something funky. It's an alien thing of sorts, or maybe a turkey baster. So from here, we're going to end with exiting the sketch, hit Control S about 6,000 times until your computer starts on fire and your keyboard is broke. Hit the space bar, come into the isometric view here, hit escape 1,000 trillion times. This is how you practice for, I think it's called cookie clicker. If that's a thing anymore, probably not. Anyways, so now what we're going to do is a projected curve situation. So we're going to go to Insert, Curve, oh we love curves, and Projected to be specific. Now over here in the properties, you want to make sure that Sketch on Sketch is selected. Then click in the little blue box here. And then we're going to be fancy about it. Choose the little right arrow here, this nav arrow. Click to get your flyout menu to appear. Choose Sketch 1 and choose Sketch 2. Look at this awesome preview appearing. And select. Look at that. So beautiful. So that's going to be it for part 1 of this video. In part 2, we're going to continue with a whole lot of reference geometry planes, a whole lot of arcs, and then some epic surfacing, followed by a bonus ending. So stay tuned for that part 2 video coming next Wednesday. As always, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.